guy like Carmen going today and the adjustments that he's made, moving on the rubber, adding a curveball. What's impressed you about how successful those small adjustments have been and how he's embraced that?
Yeah, he's done a really nice job moving on the rubber. The curveball split, he's gotten a lot better at holding his velo through the outings. Just the adjustments that he's been able to make throughout the season have been really, really good. And he's done a really nice job. The mindset that he's shown and the team first attitude of whether it's in the pen, starting, the roles that have changed. He's done a fantastic job for us.
Yeah, can you commend him on something like that? Just everything that's been thrown at him this year. I know he's talked about is only going to make him a better player at the end of the day, but it feels like from changing things in an arsenal, moving on the rubber, like we said, to the role just that he's had a lot of change this year.
He really has. Coming out of spring training, earning a spot in the rotation, kind of struggling a little bit with it, going down to AAA, refining that, making the adjustments, and now coming back up and pitching as well as he has. He's done a really good job.
Mike Burrows, I know that we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but is this something that's just managing his innings and maybe skipping a start here or there to keep him healthy, or is there anything new with that?
No, 100%, that's it. He's done a great job for us in the rotation, and it's 100% about managing innings and finding ways in. He'll be coming out of the pen at some point, probably in the Red Sox series, and when you sit there and look at what he's been able to accomplish as a starter, it's not saying he's not going to start games the rest of this year too. Like, I'm sure that we're just taking, it's like we talked about, it's fluid, trying to find ways to manage innings, get these guys experience in different roles, and Burrows has shown that he's a very capable major league starter.
Are you impressed by the way the young guys handle that sort of thing? Like, they're competitors. They obviously want to be out there, but they know that there's a plan in place, and they're confident in that plan.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Talking to they all want to start. We view them as starters, and there's not enough starting spots to go around right now, and we have to watch their innings. So trying to find a way for this to be a fluid situation, that they get starts, they get innings in, and the most important goal for us is their health, and how do we stretch that out over the course of the full season, where it's not a hard stop at a innings limit and they're not pitching for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Making sure that we try to drag it out so that they are pitching all the way through the end of the season.
Is it kind of safe to say then, like, the only true members of the starting rotation right now are Paul and Mitch, and everyone else has more of a fluid role?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I'm not sure on Ovi. I would say that he's going to be starter, but that's not saying that he couldn't fill a role out of the pen as well. And just being fluid and trying to communicate with the guys as much as possible, because that's a hard thing to do too. And that's the one thing I can commend all of them on, is that the mindset that they've shown, that they do want to start. They are competitive, and they've also been great teammates in understanding that there are only so many rotation spots to go around, and they've been really, really good coming out of the pen as well.
Switching to catchers a little bit, but with Henry, I saw yesterday that this recent winning streak has meant that the Pirates are over 500 whenever he starts at catcher. Is that, obviously that's not a perfect stat, catches a ball, all sorts of things in there, but is that something that goes into consideration when you think about who should play in a given matchup, just given Henry's success?
Yeah, Henry's done a really nice job defensively. I think when we look back over the last couple of years, the work that he's put in to get a lot better defensively, catching, drafted as a catcher, came up to the big leagues, playing right field, and then to go back and really dominate his work, to be a really good catcher, and to be a trusted guy from the pitching staff, that these guys, they trust him back there. They know that he's prepared. They know that he has their best interest and the team's best interest at heart, and he's earned that every single day. And I think that when you see what he's able to do from a game planning, game calling, defensive perspective, I mean, shoot, how about that play last night? That was unbelievable, showing off the athleticism. I mean, that looked like a shortstop back there throwing to first. He's done a great job.